So I did already make a video talking about this live stream that's upcoming on the 26th. This is the Tanabata replacement. The campaign is called Feeling the Heat Transcendent Dokkan Campaign Broadcast Confirmed. And I was just, talking about what it could be, what we could see. Then we actually got a teaser here this morning. Luckily, I haven't uploaded that other video. Yeah, I was going to schedule it, but I was like, let me just be sure. And it is seemingly just a new hint for whatever the upcoming character is going to be. So we're gonna just take a look here and just talk about it. Now I will say again, everything regarding this celebration will be in game within a week. I think that the character will drop like on the 27th/28th. So on the 26th right here at 3 Pacific time, we are going to be getting all the different news. I should also clarify, it says 3 Pacific time, but it's actually going to be 4 Pacific time. I could literally show you guys, my time zone is Pacific. If we go ahead to the YouTube link right here, we see it's at 4 a.m. That's because they are, again, doing their time zone shenanigans where they do standard time, even though we are currently in daylight time, right? So keep that in mind, it's an hour later than what we would expect it to be. Now, again, when it comes to the hint itself, right, a lot of people were thinking feeling the heat would have been a hint. That's not the case. If you walk outside, at least I walked outside yesterday, it was like 110 degrees. It was pretty bad. Dokkan usually does have their titles of the celebration seasonal, and a lot of times Tanabata was a celebration, a seasonal, kind of celebration, in a sense, in Japan. So them then naming it like Feeling the Heat right when we're in the middle of the summer makes a lot of sense to me. I think that's kind of the whole reason for this title here, so got to keep that in mind. But let's actually hop into this. So I've seen a few different ideas tossed around for this. I've seen Tournament of Power as an idea right here, just because it's in space, trying to be basically the winner of the Tournament of Power. I think that general mindset does make sense. Toon Rami is definitely doing something here. I don't know what Toon Rami's saying. Someone brought this up, the metal. I don't really think this necessarily makes sense. A large boner awaits. Oh, well, I mean, that is definitely, I don't think that's gonna be an LR, but LR, yeah, okay. Dex, or I don't know what it's Daima. So the South Galaxy, okay, like what would be an LR from here though? Like from the tournament, we already got PyCon. Wuthering Waves, wow, okay. Not really too many things said down here in the global responses, but the JP responses, all of them are thinking Golden Frieza. There's a lot of people are kind of memeing here on the English side, which is fair. But a lot of these replies, I see Golden Frieza. Well, okay, here's Dokkan Assets here, talking about Mario, but true. This is also from Mario Kart here. Doesn't this look like Frieza's spaceship? I'm not sure that's necessarily the case. Paragus here, another meme. Okay, maybe I saw a bunch of Friezas, yeah. Rival F Golden Frieza, Golden Metal, yeah, Metal Cooler. Baby shoulder pads and gloves. This is definitely a GT lover. Kaoshin of Time, Golden Frieza here. And then I think if I look at the quotes, okay, here's Golden Frieza and Kefla. Okay. Space Survival, no way. Resurrection F. Gold medal, first place. Background in space. Emperor of the Universe. Yeah, again, now we're getting to a bunch of the like Golden Frieza kind of responses I saw. And if we take a look here at some of the quote tweets as well, we could very easily see, okay, well, here's Frieza again. Tanabata hints. Frieza here, Golden Frieza. Constellations are beautiful. What are these? I don't know. Golden Frieza related. We could see Android 17 because he's the winner of Tournament of Power, right? Again, I think there are a couple of hints around this. Yeah, Elder Kai from the World Tournament right now, surely. But again, most popular kind of same theory I've seen is either like Resurrection F or Tournament of Power. I don't think they do Tournament of Power, but they could. My theory though is definitely Golden Frieza. And again, there's this Toriyama statement here. Thank you to a bomber for posting this here. But Akira Toriyama himself said, "Since there's no way I could possibly make his design any simpler than it already was, I opted to mostly just change his color. This color feels the strongest, maybe because I associate it with golden medals. Again, like just a gold medal, Golden Frieza being number one. Like this makes a lot of sense to me. And I was already saying, kind of like in a few other videos and a few other threads, like, hey, I think Resurrection F is possible. No, of course, nothing is confirmed. We can't really say 100% with certainty, like, oh yeah, this is gonna be Resurrection F. This is gonna be Tournament of Power. Sorry, but what I would say is usually the most obvious thing, or the thing that just points out to you with these teasers, is what it actually ends up being. For me, a golden medal in space, it to me just feels like Golden Frieza in space coming to Earth. That's really what I get from this. And I think a lot of people would agree with me when it comes to that. Like, it being Golden Frieza, just I think that's just what comes to mind for me personally. We'll have to wait and see, but again, there's also a lot when it comes to Extreme Z Awakenings pointing to Golden Frieza potentially being a character, right? This guy's right here. Physical Angel Golden Frieza is the oldest character without an Extreme Z Awakening. Really odd, right? I feel like holding on to this guy is very interesting to me, because it's like, okay, I think that's one of the big reasons why a lot of people were thinking maybe we could see Namek this year, or Resurrection F, or both for like Global Dokkan campaign. This Frieza's just been sitting here. They usually like have these select characters sitting there because they have a specific thing in mind for them, of course, and Dokkan plans these things out way in advance. But we just got this tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. These two were planned for the Global Dokkan campaign, so they obviously were holding on to them for these new teams, the youth team and the GT Heroes team, or Fuse Fighters as well, right? Frieza, man, I mean, this makes sense. He's not on Super Bosses or Superheroes. Like, again, maybe we can get a, I would say, Terrifying Conqueror. Oh wait, he's not on Terrifying Conquerors? He's not? Oh man. Maybe a Wicked Bloodline team. Transformation boost could be really cool too. Like, imagine an actual villain transformation boost leader would be awesome. Like, we got Buhan last year, but we have the new leader skill, so I don't know. But again, and I would also say, in terms of the Dokkan Fest, I don't think Frieza would be the Dokkan Fest. I think the Part 1 Dokkan Fest would be whatever Saiyan comes with Frieza, because I think it would be a Blue Goku probably. We'll talk about it. But again, Angel Golden Frieza is just sitting right here. We can kind of keep these Friezas up. None of these characters really stand out to me, but these two are movie characters if they do go with the movies version. I actually hope that they go with the DBS version, because we actually do not have a Super Bosses Frieza from Resurrection F, right? Again, we could go into, I don't know, we'll just go from this Goku Black here. Where's Super Bosses? Right here. I mean, we look up Frieza, there's only the DBS Broly Friezas. We do not have a single Resurrection F Frieza here. I mean, they gave us a Beerus recently during the 9th anniversary. I say recently, but yeah, we got a Beerus for the 9th anniversary. I think getting a Frieza makes a lot of sense for this team, and it would make sense, you know, them doing Super Bosses as a leader, and then they're planning to give us a Frieza, or hey, maybe later on in the year we get a Ralph or Broly and this team gets help. I think that would make a lot of sense with that, if they're like, hey, we'll make this guy Super Bosses leader because we know that this team is going to get help throughout the year, and maybe that's why, you know, they kind of pushed all their kind of worth to also giving us, like, you know, a bunch of GT heroes, GT bosses got the help we got, right? And the second thing I would say is, if it is, let's say, a DBS version of this rather than movie bosses version of this, maybe they'll get rid of these two links right here, because these are the links that these characters have, but they're all the movie variants of these characters. Every single one of these characters is on movie heroes or movie bosses. Same with these characters. Everyone here is on movie heroes or movie bosses. None of these characters are actually from the Dragon Ball Super arc. Even this Krillin here, again, we can see he is actually on the movie heroes team. He's not on superheroes. We take a look at the Resurrection F Blues. They're also from the movie. We take a look here. They are movie heroes, not superheroes. We do not have a superheroes variant of these characters. Being fair, we also do not have... No, actually, we do have a superheroes variant of God Goku. We don't have a Super Bosses variant of Beerus from Resurrection from Battle of Gods, but we can get that eventually, right? LR God Goku is from the DBS anime. We don't have anything represented in the DBS anime from Resurrection F in here, because again, these two are also movie heroes, right? Yep, right here. So like, I mean, maybe these two can get sub EGAs, right? That could be really cool. But if that's the case, and these are the links specifically for the movies variants of the characters, what if they take off these links on Frieza and they give them Big Bad Bosses and Thirst for Conquest? Then they make a Wicked Bloodline, make them link a lot better with, I don't know, maybe LR Final Form Cooler EZA, Metal Cooler EZA, Rose, kind of these Big Bad Bosses characters, and some of them, you know, these two have Terrifying Conquerors as well. I think that'd be pretty good. And, you know, they get EZA, Edo going to Frieza, and Tech going to Frieza, and it would be okay, because realistically, if this new Frieza is just like a Golden Frieza standalone character, not a transforming one, then it's not like they would link anyways, I guess, right? So I think that'd be pretty cool if we do get Golden Frieza for villains as well. Again, just because, like, again, if we say he's a wicked bloodline eater, I mean, I guess this Frieza would fit on the team, right? We talked about physical Angel Golden Frieza, or again, transformation boost. Like, what if he's a transformation boost leader? We can get a new team for Janamba. STR Cell can get a new team. Maybe Tech Perfect Cell can get a new team. Full Power Frieza would fit here. He's not the best, but, you know, he could potentially be a good option. We get the Broly's in here. Of course, all the coolers would fit here. There's a lot of like Wicked Bloodline type of characters. This Angel Frieza would also fit there. He doesn't have Big Bad Bosses, unfortunately, but I mean, you could still share a decent amount of links with these new guys. Maybe we get Bardock EZA as a countdown, right? And the other thing I want to bring up is we've technically never had a Blue Goku, right? And a lot of people are going to point out to the new Blue Goku, but my point is more so, again, this is a tag Blue Goku and Vegeta. We've never had LR Super Saiyan Goddess Goku. Again, and I pointed this out in a video before when I talked about Resurrection F, like, you know, I talked about like the possibility of movies. And I said specifically, I would want the DBS version of this. But even like regardless of that, dude, my chair keeps creaking, my bad. Chat, it sounds like, maybe it sounds like I ripped one, my bad. But yeah, that was off topic. Blue Goku, even like in terms of him being in LRs, we have 3. Oh, actually, we have 4, right? Technically 5, I guess, right? We do have like Blue Goku representation, of course, like duh. But in terms of like just an LR Super Saiyan Goddess Goku, we don't have one, right? And, you know, we take a look at Super Saiyan Goku. We have an LR for Super Saiyan Goku. We have an LR for Super Saiyan 3 Goku. We have an LR for Super Saiyan 4 Goku. We have an LR for God Goku, based from Goku, of course. The only Goku forms that we don't have like a singular, like just LR of that character only, no tags, no anything like that, or just the name is Super Saiyan X Goku or whatever. Super Saiyan 2 Goku actually does not have an LR either. So maybe, you know, in the future, we can get like a Buu Saga Super Saiyan 2 LR Goku. That could be cool. Then Super Saiyan Blue Goku also. Like, as again, God Goku has an LR. Like, all these different forms of Goku do have a character. And to be honest, releasing another Super Saiyan Blue, I think it would bother a lot of people. And I think that's very fair. Like, if you're like, oh man, we did get another kind of Blue Goku facing LR, right? So I would understand people's upset about it. But I also wouldn't be upset if this character, you know, is just Super Saiyan Goddess Goku, works really well with this character that just came out. They could still share quite a few links that won't fit the team, right? But Maybe the new Blue Goku leads like Power Beyond Super Saiyan, and then this guy fits on the team or something like that. Who knows? I think that could definitely be interesting. And I feel like, you know, giving characters linking buddies would make a lot of sense. Because if we take a look at this character, the only like really good linking character with this guy is the gods. And then I guess this Gohan too, right? Woo, okay. Like, I guess, oh yeah, wait, this guy does link pretty well with him too. But like if we take a look at the rest here, like a lot of these are like Blue Gokus. This guy sucks, unfortunately. So big issue, big flop with this guy. He also wants Reps Universe 7. I mean, it would be funny if it is 7 run power and this guy gets Reps Universe 7 help, but I'm not sure. Either way, I think it's pretty crazy. Also, Vegeta. Yeah, Vegeta also does not have a standalone variant, which is, I think, I personally think it's kind of interesting considering that Blue Goku. I think Salad responded to this, I'm pretty sure, and was like, it is really interesting that, like, okay, yeah, always been strange to me because that form is essentially the face of DBS. It's even weird he barely has any standalone units in general. Like in this pick, there's only 6 standalone. Yeah, again, like in terms of like Blue Gokus, a lot of them have been like from his duo moments, right? Even though Blue Goku has a lot of moments on his own, and I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, Blue Goku is my first choice, but this is something I've been thinking about. It's okay. Let's count the standalone like actual summonable Blue Gokus. Free to play characters, you know, it's fine, but they don't really have good animations, right? Even like from these really old ones, like this guy came out a while ago. These 3 are banner units right here. That's it. With Kaoken, yeah, I mean, just like Blue Goku himself, like doesn't have like a good animated card. Again, we have this character, and then we have, of course, like all these dual variants of the character. But yeah, I mean, what we could also see though is we could see the character named Super Saiyan Goddess as Goku, but then he's a standby into Vegeta. I was talking with Annie about this in a chat, and it was like, okay, imagine a Goku standby into Vegeta with the revive counter where we get the Whis rewind. And then it's a Whis rewind into Blue Goku doing the thing. Or, you know, maybe, yeah, again, standby into Vegeta. The revive specifically is the Whis rewind. I think that could be really cool. I think there's lots of possibilities, but I think a standby would make sense. Like, because this is the last standby character we've gotten, but we don't really get too many standby characters. Superhero specifically, like if we think about that as a team or like Power Beyond Super Saiyan, there's not really a lot of characters that will have a standby. I think what superclass character right now has a revive kind of character besides like UI Goku is like the most, I think like, is like the best revival character that comes to mind. So for a super class anyways, maybe I'm probably missing someone, but again, Droid versus Unit for sure with We Stand By. I'm thinking just Super Saiyan Blue Goku personally, and then because I also would say like if it's like a tag or an like a duo character, we won't get that like transformation scene. I feel like that transformation scene, I don't know, maybe it just personally to me, but that Blue Goku transformation scene in Resurrection F, I really do like how it looks. I think it looks really nice. I think it looks really cool. But it could not be Resurrection F again. It could be Tournament of Power, and they just give your random EZAs. It could be, I don't know. I don't think it'll be Namek Saga. To me, the 2 big choices, I mean, I've seen people talk about superhero just because the actual type of the metal. And again, I also think that it was Salad that I saw mainly brought this up here. But again, Salad did say, found the exact medals. There apparently are kindergarten medals. Every listing found mentions that, but you'd love someone to confirm. If it is the superhero because of Pan, if we do go off like the kindergarten medals, you know, Orange Piccolo doesn't have a card. The pick is AI generated apparently, but there's a Red Ribbon Army logo. Is it drawn in here? I'm not sure. I mean, if this is a red, oh, I can kind of see it like this. I mean, you could see that as like, maybe someone would see that as an hourglass. Red Ribbon Army logo though, if that is the case. Plenty of potential EZAs. I mean, yeah, there's tons of EZAs we can get if it's like movies related, things like that. Resurrection F Tournament Power Kid Buu fight. Oh yeah, you know why the Kid Buu fight? Because it's the metal. Vegeta says you're number 1. Kid Buu fight, huh? Lots of potential options, though. I think I'm going with the obvious one for my gut, and that's Golden Frieza, but let me know what y'all are thinking. I appreciate y'all for watching, and I guess I'll just catch you guys next time. Peace out.